You don't lose billions overnight. You don't lose billions overnight because of one bad decision. You lose it because millions of people believe the same story at the same time. A story about easy money. A story about revolutionary technology. A story about being early before everyone else. And by the time the truth shows up, the money is already gone. This is the story of the $50 billion lie everyone believed. And the uncomfortable part. It didn't work because people were stupid. It worked because it sounded exactly like what people wanted to hear. Every financial disaster begins the same way. Not with panic, with optimism. A new idea appears, a breakthrough, a discovery. A technology that promised to change everything. The pitch is always simple. This time is different. The old rules don't apply anymore. In the 1990s, it was gold. A tiny mining company claimed it had discovered one of the largest gold deposits in history. Investors imagined endless wealth buried beneath the jungle floor. The stock price exploded. Billions poured in. People quit jobs. Retirement funds doubled on paper. Years later, investigators would discover the gold never existed. The samples had been salted, sprinkled with outside gold to fake results. The entire fortune was built on dust, but the lie didn't spread because of geology. It spread because people wanted to believe there was still easy treasure left in the world. And decades later, the same story returned. This time wearing a different costume. Crypto promised freedom from banks. Algorithms promised stability without trust. Technology promised returns without risk. A digital system that couldn't fail. Until it did. Tens of billions vanished when confidence disappeared overnight. Investors who believed they were holding the future realized they were holding nothing at all. Different industry, same emotion. Hope. The dangerous thing about big lies is that they rarely look like lies in the beginning. They look like success. The numbers go up. Big investors join. Media headlines turn skeptical questions into celebration. Suddenly, believing becomes safer than doubting. Because doubt makes you feel stupid, and nobody wants to be the person who missed the next big thing. Companies learn this quickly. Some promised revolutionary technology powered by artificial intelligence. Except behind the scenes, human workers were doing the job manually. Investors saw growth charts, demos, polished presentations. Billions in valuation followed before reality caught up. Others built entire financial empires on numbers that simply weren't real. Missing billions hidden behind complex accounting, fake balances, and trust and reputation. Regulators hesitated, auditors signed off. Investors assumed someone else had checked the details. And that's how the lie grows. Not through deception alone. Through collective agreement, everyone assumes someone smarter has already verified it. So nobody looks too closely. The price rises, the belief strengthens, and the lie becomes self-sustaining. Because as long as people keep buying, it feels real. The first warning signs are always small. A delayed report, a number that doesn't quite add up, an executive quietly leaving. Nothing dramatic, just enough to make a few people uncomfortable. But by then, the machine is too big to stop. When analysts questioned impossible returns, they were called pessimists. When journalists raised concerns, they were accused of not understanding innovation. When insiders tried to warn others, they were ignored. Because admitting the truth meant admitting something worse, that the success might never have been real. And humans hate regret more than risk. So the story continues. Investors double down. Founders become celebrities. Critics disappear under the noise of rising prices. Until one day, something breaks. Not slowly, all at once. Confidence is fragile, and once it cracks, it spreads faster than belief ever did. A report leaks. A balance sheet fails. Withdrawals begin. People rush for the exit at the same time. Assets that were worth billions yesterday suddenly have no buyers today. Screens turn red, phones stop ringing. Companies that once dominated headlines vanish in weeks. The gold mine collapses when independent tests find nothing. The stable financial system spirals when its algorithm fails. The revolutionary company runs out of money when investors realize growth was an illusion. Billions disappear. Not burned, not stolen in one moment, just gone. Because value only exists as long as people believe it does. And belief is the first thing to die in a crisis. After every collapse comes the same question: how did nobody see this coming? But that question is misleading. People did see it. There were warnings, reports, doubts. They were just inconvenient. Because during a boom, skepticism feels like negativity, and optimism pays better. The investors who lost everything weren't reckless gamblers. Many were educated, experienced, rational. They simply trusted momentum more than evidence, because when everyone around you is winning, caution feels like failure. And the lie doesn't need everyone to believe it, just enough people. The $50 billion lie wasn't a company, or a founder, or even a technology. It was the belief that massive rewards can exist without massive risk. That someone, somewhere has finally figured out how to make money easy. Every generation believes this once. Gold in the jungle. Stocks that only go up. Algorithms that can't fail. Technology that replaces reality itself. And every generation learns the same lesson the hard way. Markets don't collapse because of villains alone. They collapse because hope becomes more powerful than truth. Because deep down, people don't just want returns, they want certainty. And certainty sells better than honesty ever will. Years after the money disappears, the stories remain, the documentaries, the podcasts, the headlines asking how it all went wrong. But the next version is already forming somewhere, a new idea, a new promise, a new reason to believe this time is different. And when it arrives, it won't look like a lie. It will look like opportunity. Because the scariest part of the $50 billion lie isn't that people believed it once, it's that we probably will again.